Yo, what is up, fam? Welcome back to the channel. Hey guys, I just want to say I appreciate all the subscribers that I have, and like I said, when I hit 500, I would do a giveaway. So with that being said, the giveaway merch is in the process. So I'll disclose that at a little bit later date, but that's still going to happen. So, but as you've seen from the video, from the thumbnail, this is the battle of the octane boosters. All right, I know a lot of guys say, man, octane boosters don't work. They're a gimmick. There is drawbacks to octane boosters, and there's benefits from octane boosters. So let's start off with, why would I use an octane booster? Okay. The reason you use octane boosters is to boost your octane. The reason you need to boost your octane is to make more horsepower. Theoretically speaking. A lot of people don't understand how octane actually works in a car. So, to the best of my knowledge, I'm no scientist on this, but from all my research and drag racing, the higher the octane, the slower the burn rate, if that makes any sense. So if I put 2 ounces of gasoline in front of me, and let's say it's 87, and I set it on fire, and I start the stopwatch just as soon as I set it on fire, how long would it take to burn off that gas? I'm just using random numbers. Let's say it takes 2 seconds to burn off 87 gas. That would be the burn rate. It burns at X amount at this many seconds. So let's say if we go to 93. We go to 93 octane. We take 2 ounces of 93 octane and we set it on fire. Let's say from the time we start the stopwatch to the time it burns off, it is 2.3 seconds. As you see, it took longer for the 93 to burn off. Now, I may be wrong, but I think I've got a good concept of how it works. I've had a lot of nitrous vehicles, so I've had to run multiple fuels to slow down the burn rate so you don't have pre-detonation. And that's where octane boosters come in. Guys running street cars, maybe 100 shot, 125 shot, maybe 150 shot, don't want to run race fuel. You got your turbo guys that may be starting to push past the 12 to 14 PSI range. You're starting to get into, I don't have enough octane to safely run my engine. What you want to do is you want to slow down the burn rate so it doesn't pre-ignite it before it's actually supposed to happen in the engine cycle. I hope this is making sense to you guys. So it injects the fuel, but let's just say that the piston or the valve correlation is not at the right spot. Well, when you have not enough octane, it will pre-detonate because it will burn faster. So what you want to do is slow that burn rate down to put it back in phase with the ignition cycle. If that makes any sense to you guys. I hope I'm making sense. But so that's what you want to do. You want to, long story short, you, with boosted applications, in order to run more timing, and timing equals horsepower, you want to slow the burn rate down to put it back in sync with the ignition to firing phase inside the combustion chamber. So, all right, we got that out of the way. We need more octane to slow down the burn rate. As you guys can see, of course, I'm running my 86 Buick Grand National there, and it's boosted. Currently, we're only on 6 pounds because it's only been out twice. I don't even think I've got 50 miles on it as far as tuning yet, but it's only on 6 pounds. So we've hit some 6-pound tunes. It will be going on 14 to 16. So it's a boosted application. So with that being said, once I start to get up around the 14 to 16 range with this particular setup, I'm wanting to increase the octane. There's a couple of ways you can do that. The Turbo Buick guys, the GMC Typhoon Cyclone guys, you can actually run water methanol injection. We'll talk about that at a later date. But a lot of these guys that's running that up at maybe about 2 to 4 pounds are getting away with running the octane boosters in their gasoline, 93. You have to make sure you're putting it to 93. So I have 2 particular ones in front of me that I'm going to show you. There's tons out there. I have 2. One I haven't yet used and one I have used. So with that being said, I'm going to bring one in front of the camera. We're going to talk about that one. And then we're going to bring the second one in front of the camera. But we're going to read the specs on it. I'm going to give you my thoughts and reviews on it. And then the second one, I'm going to give you my research on it. I haven't used it yet, but I think it's going to be my go-to. And also, I'm going to give you the cheapest price to find this at. So, with that being said, the first one is going to be STP Octane Booster. No, I'm not sponsored by the STP. If they want to sponsor, if they want to send some more products for me to review, I am perfectly cool with that. STP, hit me up. I can hit you up. But I have used quite a bit of STP products. It's been around for ages. But I am kind of fond of their octane booster. And before the second one that I'm going to bring in front of the picture, this is the only one I can actually feel a difference in what we call the butt dyno, meaning in the seat actual feel. I can, driving the vehicle, I can actually physically feel a difference in the performance, whether it's running better, whether it's actually making more power, etc. What we call the butt dyno. So, a lot of the hot rodders, you know what I'm talking about. But we're going to talk about this octane booster. Make sure you see a real good picture. You can buy this at Walmart. They have the bigger bottles, which is, I think, 16 ounces at your parts stores. This here can be had at Walmart for like $4. Don't let the price fool you. I promise you. Don't let the price fool you. It works. Now, my big thing, it says, all right, STP Octane Booster made with jet fuel. I'm not sure on that one. It's probably got a dab of it in there. Restores lost power and acceleration. Used on regularly as a fill-up, and this 5.25 fluid ounces treats 21 gallons. Now, one thing I will tell you is I don't put this to 21 gallons in just about everything I've used. I will put this to 10 to 15. I mix it a little stronger, so that may be why I see the difference. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna base this on my experience to 10 gallons, 5.25 to 10 gallons. The one thing I don't like about this, and I want to figure out a way to actually test octanes, but it doesn't tell you how much it actually raises the octane points. Now, with a lot of these octane boosters, you have to be careful. It will say, oh, it raises it 10 points. It raises it 20 points. It raises it 5 points. You have to be careful with that. Do your research and see how octane boosters or octane in general is measured. There's actual full points, and then you have points. What I mean by points is, so say like an octane is, we're messing with 87 octane gas. And this particular, not this one, but just any general octane booster says it will increase you by 0.10 points. I hope you guys realize that is only 87.10 octane. You have to be careful with that. I've ran into that. I think they've gotten a lot better with it over the years since I've used octane boosters, because I just went to running race gas in a lot of applications. But you have to be careful with that. Now they either take it off the bottle altogether, and just say it's an octane booster, or they actually say it's actually X amount of full points. So, and we'll talk about that on this other one, because that breaks it down really good. So, like I said, I mix this to 10 gallons. And I've used this in like tow rigs, when I'm going to be towing something heavy, give me an extra ump. I've used it in hot rods. And yes, it will get you by, if you're running like a 11.5, 12 to 1 motor, and you're right on the verge, this will get you away with riding around on the street, maybe some quick pulls. If you get real hardcore, start going to the track, start pushing it, you want to start messing with your timing, you may want to put a little bit of this in there. So this I can feel on the butt dyno. So moving on, it says 100% satisfaction guarantee on your money back. And then directions is pour entire contents into gas tank before or after fueling. One bottle treats 10 gallons of gasoline. So most time what I would do is I'd pour this in the tank first and then put gas on top of it. And then I know it mixes evenly. That's STP octane booster made with jet fuel. I personally feel it does work. I can feel it. I haven't seen anybody do a dyno session on this one yet, so I'm not sure. But it contains MMT plus, a synthetic. That's actually what changes the chemical makeup of your fuel. And I will talk about how it changes your chemical makeup on this other one. So, used this one before. This next one, I just like the can, I ain't gonna lie. But it works great according to my research. It is VP Racing Madditive Octane Booster. I've used VP Racing fuels before. They work great. And I'm not sponsored by VP. Once again, if they would like to sponsor me or send me a product to review, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to. They're from Emmendorf, Texas. I guess I said that right. But made in the USA. Great race fuel. So we're going to find out about this. I have not used this one. I have done a ton of research on this one. So with that being said, a lot of turbo guys are using this. I haven't seen a whole lot of nitrous guys using this, but a lot of turbo guys are using this and having great results. Dyno proven results. I have seen up to a 30 horsepower gain by adding this. There's two versions of this now, so be careful. There's an unleaded version, is what you need to use for your catalytic converter applications. Guys, if you got running catalytic converters, you don't need to use this particular one per se. They actually don't say, let's see. They don't say it on this one, but they have an unleaded version. Version of this. And you got to get it from the parts store. It actually comes in a 32 ounce can, and it is up to, it increases you by 7 points. So that means it will take 93 octane to 100 octane. That is great. 100 octane, you can get away with a lot with 100 octane. And some pumps have, some gas stations have 100 octane. We don't have it in my area in Eastern Carolina, but I think you get out Texas somewhere, they have 100 octane, I think. I'm not sure. I can get it from my local dealer, but it's not worth buying it. But if you buy the big bottle, 32 ounce bottle, and it's actually a teal color banner, it still says Madditive Octane Booster, but it will say unleaded. Run that in your catalytic converter setups. And then they have one, what they call a concentrate. Looks just like this can, 32 ounce, and raises it 7 points. So 100 octane if you're using 93. And one of you guys like, why is he talking about those bottles? Because this one is a little different. Those there will run you, let me get it right because I was just in an auto parts store yesterday. The unleaded runs $23.99 for a 32 ounce and only treats, is it 20? Oh, so if you put it to 10 gallons, it raises it by 7 points. If you put it to 20 gallons, it raises it by 5 points. The unleaded version of Madditive is $23.99. If you get the concentrated race version, which says off-road, but that doesn't make any difference, it raises it 7 points, and it's $21.99. But why I say this is a little different is this is from Walmart, guys. You can have this particular 16-ounce bottle at Walmart for $10.97. I think it's $10.97. But this one only raises it 5 points. Now, I've kind of done the math. This is like a Walmart exclusive type thing. But if you go to Walmart and you buy 2 of these and dump in your tank, you still end up at 7 points, and you may save $1 or $2. Or it may be easier for you to get to Walmart. So, if you buy 2 of these, you'll save. Actually, you won't. I just thought about that. You won't save any money, guys. Don't pay that no mind. Because I said it was $21.99 in the parts store. And if you buy 2 of these, they're like $10.80 something. So, you're going to end up at the same thing. So, anyway. But, for instance, if you want to buy 2 of these and you're at Walmart, it will push it up to 7. Because it's the same chemical makeup as the 32-ounce bottle. It's just a 16 ounce. So, it says increases octane by 5 numbers. Dyno tested and proven. It is dyno tested and proven, and not just by them. A lot of places on YouTube, if you Google octane boosters or VP Racing Madditive, have done it, and it is proven to make more horsepower. Pour 16 ounces to 10 gallons will increase up to 5 points. So that means it will take 93 octane to 98. Or if you pour 16 ounces to 20 gallons, it takes it only up to 0.5 points. See how it said 2.5? Remember I was telling you earlier about the point? Some octane boosters only do a point and then whatever the number is. So this is actually 2 whole points. So if for example, if we're at 93 octane, it's going to go up to 95.5 octane if you put it to 20 gallons. It's not really much bang for your buck, I can be honest with you. You'll see nothing. 98 to 100 octane, you will see a difference. So you just pour it in. It's the same way as the other one. Put it to your gas. I'll be running this in a 10-gallon setup. I only have a 10-gallon tank in this Grand National. So, I'm not running a stock tank. So, I have a 10-gallon fuel cell. So, this will work perfect for me. And I know exactly what I'm getting. And also, I can drain my tank very easily to make sure that I'm getting a full 10 gallons at this rate. So, with that being said, it says increases horsepower and improves throttle response and acceleration, and it's also a lead substitute. But I have seen that this does make more power. Your application is going to make a difference. Oh, right there it says it increases up to 5 numbers. But your application is going to make all the difference in how much power it makes. I seen a 30 horsepower gain on a supercharged Acura TL on YouTube. I can't remember the channel. But that was only on this. So that was really good. So he had a special tune just for this. 30 extra horsepower, yes, that's worth it. You can feel that. 25 horsepower you can feel in a car. So 30 horsepower with just adding this, and that gentleman would have to change his tune every time. But mine, I may just end up tuning it on this and I'll be good. The drawbacks from running octane boosters. So the chemical makeup, what it does is it genetically changes the scientific makeup chemistry of your fuel without sacrificing that big explosion that you get from regular fuel. But it also will turn your spark plugs like a orangish color because of the makeup that's in the fuel, in the additive. That's about the only drawback I have seen. You will eat up plugs using this stuff. Spark plugs don't tend to like it. So, if it's a daily driver, yeah, you probably gonna want to change your spark plugs at half the interval that you would usually. Like my Buick is not a daily driver at all, so it won't really make a difference. But it will turn the color of your spark plugs to like an orangish tint, making them harder to read if you know how to read spark plugs. But these are the two guys, I'm going to end this video up, that I have seen to make the biggest difference. Turbo guys, this seems to be the go-to. I've used this in the nitrous applications, seems to be go-to, and NA setups, that works good. These are my two go-tos. I haven't even tried this one yet, but I know it's going to work. I have used this one, and it worked great. So, I'm out, guys. It's the battle of the octane boosters. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We're coming back. We got some more videos for you. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. If you have just subscribe, and we got more content coming. We're out.